my studio this morning, I have special guests from the Arc of Quinebaug Valley in no particular order. Let's see. Let's start with Lynn, okay? Lynn Burke is here. She's the chairperson of the Community Division and a volunteer for the Arc of Quinebaug Valley. Lynn, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gary.
Good to have you here. Also, superstar at Putnam Bank.
Thank you.
And Habitat for Humanity and all the other great things you do. You're wonderful, Lynn.
Thank
and
you.
It's great to have you here. Ron Kader is here, local legend. Seriously, the guy's an icon in northeastern Connecticut, and he does a lot of things. He wears a lot of hats. Today, the hat he's wearing is that of campaign counsel for the Arc of Quinebaug Valley. Ron, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gary.
This guy has a black belt in raising money, okay? And that's what we're talking about here today for the Arc. Also here today, my friend for the last, 20-plus years. He's a big superstar now, but he still occasionally has time for us. Jamie Lazaroff is here, self-advocate coordinator for the Arc. Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Gary.
I just heard you were on TV recently. What were you doing recently?
Yeah, Channel 8. Actually, I was back on Channel 8,
Yep.
after all these years. It was amazing. We had a fundraiser for another Arc last week, and they had an opportunity to be on Connecticut Style, and,
Every time I talk to this guy, he's hanging out with the governor, he's on TV, and we're just happy to have you here today. All right, we're doing an update today for the Arc of Quinebaug Valley and their big capital campaign. And I guess let's start with you, Ron, with a campaign update. What's going on?
Okay, Gary, I have to tell you and the listeners out there that this is one of the greatest teams of people that I have ever worked with in my fundraising career, which goes back almost 30 years now. And I'd like to mention some of them first and tell you what they've achieved in a very, very short period of time.
Okay, so you're going to make us wait for the big news, right? This is like It's like American Idol.
That's right.
I got Ryan Seacrest over here. All right, go ahead, drag it out.
Okay, leading off and batting first is Jason and Amy St. Ange. They are the general chairpersons of this campaign, and they have just put everything into this campaign, including their own financial resources, their time, their energy, and they have been fantastic. They've been supported by Jeff Rawson and Jessica DeZazzo, who are serving as the vice chairpersons, and what a great team those four young people make. They are just fantastic. The chairman of the board of ARC is Gene Michael Deary, and he stepped up and took over our major gifts division. And we went to another board member who's the manager of the Citizens National Bank Putnam branch, Josh Peach. And Josh and his team have done something that I have never seen. Their team just scoured the corporations and the financial businesses in northeastern Connecticut and have done a fantastic job. Of course, you're going to hear from Lynn. She stepped forward and volunteered to be our community division chairperson. And a parent and a member of the board, Terry Chambers, took over the family division, and they really kicked this thing off right in the beginning. And finally, our good friend Pam Brown, she's she's a social whiz, and so she's in charge of all their social and public relations related to the campaign. And all those people are working with the executive director, Sue DeRosia, the development officer, Linda Lamoureux, and the newest person on that team, Emily Groves, who is Linda's assistant. And what a fantastic team. And for the drum roll, if you want to give me one, I noticed you had your drumsticks out there.
Okay, here we go. Ready with the drumstick.
The goal was $250,000, and this morning I'm pleased to say, and people can still continue to donate because the campaign coffers are still open, but we have surpassed $300,000. We're almost at $302,000. A really fantastic effort by this whole team.
$302,000 is where they're at right now. A goal of $250,000. That is a massive hit. Now, didn't you just have the official kickoff event on, was it April 26th?
Yes, it was. We started with the family division. As I said, Terry Chambers and his team did a really great job. The employees were so supportive. The administration was great with us. The board of directors, everyone was right there to kick this thing off and give us a good start. And then when we went out to the community, the response was equally positive. By the time we got to the kickoff, which it should be usually about 60% of the goal, we were already over 80% at that time. And so it just took a couple more weeks, and we were over the 250, and Emily sends me reports every day, and the last one was 301-9 something, so we might as well call it 302.
So the Arc is feeling some love from the community. It feels good, doesn't it?
I had breakfast with Sue DeRozier yesterday morning just to talk about things and do some recapping, and she said to me, she said, Ron, I can't believe it. She said, I think we have many friends out in the community that we even weren't aware of, and she said, we have made so many new friends. So I think people understand the value of the programs, which I'm sure Jamie can talk to you about, and I know he comes on at least once a month and talks about what he does with the Arc. And when you think about this work that they do, it just is such a great thing because they work with so many different facets of the community, housing and education and recreation, and we combine all those things together and saying there's one place that we can do this stuff with for our people that have developmental disabilities. It's just good to know that you have this resource that you can rely on.
Jamie, the money that's being raised here will be used for what?
We're elevating education is the name of the program, and we're building an elevator in our main office so that we can have more folks in our education program on the second floor, and also we're renovating our downstairs so we can use that as a training facility. So we can do all of our CPR and all of our training down there and use it for good use for all of our staff and all. And so I'm happy, really happy to hear about this, because, I mean, it is important to get more people in wheelchairs into our education programs. Because I know there's a major push in the Americans with Disability Act and to make everything accessible. So, excuse me. So we're making this accessible, which is great.
You're a self-advocate coordinator. It's what you do. It's the drum you're always beating, and you do a great job at it. So how does it make you feel when the community steps up in such a big way? And like we said earlier, it kind of gives you guys some love. How does that make you feel?
It warmed my heart. It warmed my heart to hear, all the good work that everybody's doing and that the community is rallying around the Arc of Quinebaug Valley.
Lynn, tell me about your team and your efforts here.
Well, I have the community division, as you mentioned earlier, which was, like I said, I volunteered to be part of that. When I heard they were putting in the elevator and expanding their training and education, I definitely wanted to be part of it. And I went out to a group of individuals, and I'm going to name them because they've been out there soliciting donations and meeting with organizations. And I would call people, and they would say, I'm on board. I love the Arc. I'll do anything for them. So I'd like to do a shout-out for them. We've been doing really well. We've got Cheryl Lewis, Carrie Shemansky, Leanne Kiltica, Judy Haynes, Peggy Breckel, Joyce McCoska, Leona Mainville, Nick Mainville, Brandy Hapgood, Rich and Juan Dominio, Carmel Osterlin, Nancy Reef, Jennifer Bertosky, Bill Andrazik, and Ashley Thorstenson. I want to thank them all.
That's a very nice group of people right there,
it's
too.
It's a wonderful team. Mm-hmm. And if you see any one of them out in the community, we are still taking donations.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Gary,
yes.
When Lynn became the chairperson, she said, so, Ron, what do I have to do? I said, well, the first thing is you have to go out and recruit at least 15 to 20 people. Yep. Within 3 days, she had them all lined up. And what they're doing right now in the community portion, first of all, most of them, if not all of them, have already made their own personal contribution to the campaign. And secondly, they're putting the ribbon on this thing. This is the piece of the campaign where we say, the big gifts have come in, and people have been very generous on the corporate level and the major gifts level, but we need to give everybody that opportunity to support this if they'd like to, because not everybody can make the big gift, but everybody can make a gift to help out, and that's what they're doing. They're putting the ribbon on this thing, and the money just keeps coming in every day.
What's the website address for the Arc of Quinebaug Valley?
The Arc of I haven't. I haven't.
I didn't mean to throw you a
favorites.
curveball.
So
arcofqv.org.
Yeah.
Yeah. QVARC.org.
I'll say that again. What is it?
QVARC.org.
QVARC.org. That is the website. Go check out the website and get all the information you need, and perhaps you too can jump on and help out this wonderful
and
cause.
If you do jump on Facebook, They update it all the time with what's going on, so that's always nice to have too. I recommend that.
Yeah, like them on Facebook.
And
That's
one
good.
other thing, I omitted two very important people, Gary, and that is we have general chairpersons with every campaign. Usually it's just a title, and these people just lend their name to the campaign. But I have to commend Judy Rivero and her husband Dan Rivero, who are the honorary chairpersons of this campaign, and they have not only lent their name, but they're helping out, and they're doing such a great job.
Ron, we're out of time. We got to move on here. And also, one more shout out. You had to say hi to
I
someone.
want to say hi to my friends at Cumberland Farms who listen to you every morning. Kevin D. Roth and Laurie Bollier.
Thank
Great
you.
coffee.
All right, Ron Kader, Lynn Burke, and Jamie Lazaroff, thank you. Congratulations. The big news today, the capital campaign for the Arc of Quinebaug Valley over the goal. The goal was $250,000. They are at $302,000, and money's still coming in. Thank you for supporting the Arc of Quinebaug Valley. Good job. It's 7:18. Good morning.